Have you ever felt like God was silent? Like you've been praying, crying out, waiting, and yet there's no answer. No sign. No breakthrough. No change. And you start to wonder, God, are you even listening? Do you see me? Why haven't you answered? If that's you, I want you to hear this today. God's silence is not his absence. Just because you don't see him move, it doesn't mean he isn't working. Just because you don't hear him speaking doesn't mean he isn't present. And just because you don't have the answer yet doesn't mean he has forgotten you. Think about Joseph. Sold into slavery by his own brothers. Falsely accused and thrown into prison. Forgotten by those he helped. Year after year, it seemed like God was silent. But was he? No. God was positioning Joseph for something greater. The pit wasn't the end. The prison wasn't the end. God was preparing him for the palace. And in the right time, Joseph was elevated to a place of power where he would save nations. Think about Job, a man who lost everything. His health, his family, his wealth. And yet, in the silence, God was still there. Restoring, healing, and blessing him with double what he lost. Think about Jesus on the cross. For 3 days, heaven seemed silent. The disciples thought all hope was lost. But in that silence, the greatest miracle was happening. Jesus was conquering death, hell, and the grave. And on the third day, he rose again. Silence does not mean defeat. Silence does not mean abandonment. Silence does not mean God is done. Right now, you may be in a season where it feels like God is quiet. But I want you to hold on to this truth. God is still working. Even in the silence. Even in the waiting. Even when you don't understand. Isaiah 55:8-9 says, "For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, declares the Lord. As the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways and my thoughts than your thoughts." Meditation. Take a deep breath. Close your eyes. Imagine yourself sitting in a quiet room. No distractions. No noise. Just you and God. You may not hear him speaking out loud, but he's there. Right next to you. Feel his presence surrounding you. Feel his love filling you. Even in the silence. It is working. It is shaping you. He is preparing you for something greater. Challenge 1. Comment below. Have you ever been in a season where God felt silent? Share your testimony and encourage someone else. 2. Like this message if you believe that even when God is silent, he is still working. 3. Share this devotional with someone who needs this reminder today. 4. Take action. Instead of focusing on what you don't hear, focus on what you know. God's word is true. His promises are sure. And even in the silence, he is faithful. I know the waiting is hard. The silence is frustrating. But hold on. God is doing something behind the scenes. And when the time is right, you will see it. You will understand. And you will thank him for every moment you trusted him. If this message touched your heart, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more devotionals. And always remember, God is never truly silent. He is always speaking through his word, through his presence, and through his perfect plan for your life.